Phew, I have been waiting a very long time to see a thermal camera drone finally in the cheaper segment, even if it comes with a few compromises. So let's see what's inside this box. The packaging is basically the same as the other X8 series. Even the remote controller, all the accessories probably the same, but let's see. We have a user's manual. This one is in Chinese and English. We have here the remote controller. This is the same remote controller than the other X8 series has. Extendable, you can fit even a 10-inch tablet apparently. Not tested it with a 10-inch tablet, but it looks wide enough to fit anything in here. Comfortable, ergonomic. Let's see, accessories. 2 bags of propellers. So a total of 6 propellers that gives you 2 spare propellers in case of you damage any. You get the charger brick. This charger is slightly better than the previous chargers, because the previous chargers were hardwired to the charging brick. This appears to be Type-C, so you can charge in theory from anything that supports USB Type-C, which makes everything much more easier. This gives you a much bigger flexibility when it comes to charging the batteries. That's very nice. That's a very nice thing. We get the 3 cables, remote controller itself, and then we have micro USB, Lightning and Type-C. I see out of the box you also get an adapter, because this one from the US version and this for the European version. So you just plug this over it and you got the US version. So you don't have to send you 2 different type of charging bricks. That's also very good. And this is a very cool thing. I was hoping to see one of these, and finally it's here. This is a 4G module. That means you can connect this in the back of the drone, plug this in the drone, put a SIM card in it, and anywhere you have 4G coverage, you will not be losing signal. So it will transfer you the signals via 4G. If you go behind the building, there's a big coverage, obstructions for the signal coverage. You always need a clear line of sight between the drone and the controller. Like with this, you don't need that. You can go behind the building. As long as you have 4G coverage, you will have a transmission. And finally, we have the drone here. It's the same big boy as the X8 SE, at least for the look of it. You get the same port, the accessory port where you can connect the transport module and speaker module. You get the same big LED lights, the infrared and optical sensor for the landing. It does not have obstacle avoidance systems, but this unit came with the 47-minute battery. It gives you a 47-minute autonomy. That's insane. And of course, the star of the show in this case is the thermal camera. This model have 3 cameras, 2 visible light and 1 thermal camera. This particular model have a 640 by 480 resolution thermal camera. This gives me a ton of resolution. There is also a 384 version. 384 by 288, I guess. But this thermal camera makes this drone incredibly useful. But let's take a look first at the detailed specification. The camera system is made of 3 cameras, 2 visible light and 1 thermal imager. The 2 visible light cameras are one telephoto, a Sony 13 megapixel and a 48 megapixel wide-angle camera. And finally, the thermal camera is a 640 by 480 resolution with a field of view of 30.7 degrees. Very good. There is also out there a lower resolution with a 384 by 288 resolution, but we are not going to talk about that right now. The transmission range is an amazing 20 km, of course in ideal circumstances. Available with 2 battery options, one 38 minutes and one 47 minutes. In this video we are using the 47 minutes, the Flight Battery Plus. Then there we have the accessory port that supports the megaphone / carry and drop module. With this you can carry something up to 300 grams and drop it wherever you want. The controls of that are built into the software. And finally we also have the 4G module that we are going to try in this video. We'll see if it works with local SIM cards. Most likely not, but let's try. And also I have here the written specifications. It's going to take 5 segments. I'm going to leave each segment for 10 seconds on the screen and you can pause between them if you want to see major details. Now that you know the detailed specifications, let's assemble this. As you can see, this unit came without a gimbal protector, just with a foam padding. I will try to see if I can 3D print one. The installation is very simple. Each propeller is marked with that line, and wherever you have a line, those propellers go to that arms. All you have to do is just press down well on the propeller, turn this, and you're good to go. That's simple. Repeat this all the 4 times. Installing the 4G module is also very simple. All you have to do is match this part with these 2 pins in the exhaust hole and just press on it, and it will lock into the screw hole, and it's stable, strong, it's hard to take down. And then the cable just goes straight in the USB port on the side, just like this. It's designed to be very easy. The cable is not going to be interrupting the motion of any parts. Very nice and very simple. And then you have a 4G module. But we will try this later, because I still don't know the compatibility, if I can use local SIM cards with this one, but we will test it. For now, let's just remove the 4G module. Downloading the app is very simple. All you have to do is just scan the code, the barcode inside the box. Ignore the file might be harmful, because that's just because it's not a Google Play Store app. In the app you can select your model. Here also present the X8T. You can install the joysticks, choose the correct cable. In this case I'm going to use Type-C. One part goes to the phone, the other part goes in the remote controller. You need to connect the phone to the remote controller itself via cable. This protector is not so thin finally than the other ones. The older models had very thin silicone. This is a much more thicker, much more solid silicone door. It's much better. Turn on the remote controller. Let's turn this on. Made its own calibration. When you first enter, it's trying to teach you about all the usage and safety and everything. Then we can finally enter the interface. Firmware update as always. Update is in process. Looks like the update process was done and it's successful. Now that everything is installed, let's take it to a spin and let's see how it flies. And also let's test the thermal camera, because that's the main attraction of this model. The taking off speed of this drone is very fast. I like how strong is it. It's always stable and it always gives you the sensation that you're not going to lose the drone. The first thing you can see here is in the visible image, you can't see too far. But on the thermal image, you can see the big mountains that is absolutely not visible in the visible image, because of that cloud is blocking it. Where there is a lot of fog and smoke, making the navigation nearly impossible. The thermal camera can see through like it's nothing. The thermal image is looking very nice. As for the altitude, you can add another 30 meter additional, because it was launched from the top of the building, so it's a 30 meter extra. And the software is counting the altitude from the takeoff. So now let's go a little higher. I will let you observe certain things for a longer period of time. It also has an incredible 30 times hybrid zoom. This line of sight I'm looking at right now is 250 meters away. So now let's see a few crazy examples what this camera is capable. 250 meters. This building here is 900 meters away. Right now I'm looking at objects 1 kilometer away. Approx 1.2 kilometer over here. Statue in the middle of the garden 300 meters away. These two buildings in the distance are 2000 meters, 2 kilometers away. That is incredibly far. You can see these boats are well beyond 2 kilometers. All these buildings are 2 kilometers away from here. This point between 450 and 500 meters away. This point 450, around 500 meters right now. This camera is incredible. The thermal camera have this 11 different type of color palettes. The image it provides is very nice and detailed. Even on that you can zoom in quite well because you have 640 by 480 pixels at your disposal, so you're not going to lose way too much detail. Here's some internal recording with a thermal camera. I'm gonna let you have a long look at it. Now let's see some nighttime recording. For the takeoff, when you take off nighttime, you have this nice strong light in the bottom, huge LED light. When you take off, it will automatically turn on. And in a certain distance, when you go beyond that certain distance, it will also automatically turn it off. It's just to help landing for the sensor, for the proximity sensor in the bottom. And it does exactly the same when you are returning, of course. And of course, the main visible light camera also does an incredible job when it comes to filming. And this is how it looks like without the night mode on. If you want to make those crazy zoom levels like this, you have to turn off the night mode, because in night mode it won't let you make these kind of zooms. I think this is a very cool and useful Fimi model. It provides a long flight time. The thermal camera serves perfect for search and rescue, solar panel farm diagnostics, and other similar tasks that requires thermal imaging. As I mentioned, it came only with a phone gimbal protector, so I managed to adjust and 3D print one that I will leave on my Discord channel, so you can download free. Invite link is in the description. As you can see, it looking nice and fits absolutely perfect. The controller with 20 km upgrade provides an absolute stable signal, even in an absolute RF saturated city environment. Tested the 4G model with 2 carriers that was not compatible, but I don't have all the SIM cards available. I hear that in Brazil there is perfect compatibility, so if you are from there, you are lucky. Overall, I'm very impressed with this drone. The software and the hardware works flawlessly together. I will leave some AliExpress links in the description, but they are overpriced third party due to new drone sales restrictions in China. If you want this drone on a fair price, contact me on my Discord and I arrange it for you via the safe official but unofficial channels, but you will get it definitely. If you have any other question about this drone, just let me know in the comment section or ask me personally in my Discord channel, link is in the description. That's all for today, see you in the next one.